includes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band!
Herlock, you're fucking peeking your mic. Damn, bro, you really got the whole squad laughing.
Miss Pavlova has trained her snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key of training any creature.
Incredible! You've solved the mystery! Amazing! Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name.
My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with my left hand!
That's not what they say.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what is on your mind? It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, good. First of all, you're wrong.
Pulls out the book. First of all.
Snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madam. And reptiles, don't drink milk. Ah. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake with milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example, but the logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Ah. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal to a snake by whistling. But, madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute?
Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sound of a flute?
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. Ah! I say.
She's getting knocked down a peg.
No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless.
Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes.
There is one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the one in those cabins. Then I should try harder. It should try harder. I'll try harder.
I'll try again next time.
Please don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine this snake could have had a part in this.
Oh, he's so dejected.
Oh.
Everyone's stunned.
I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean...
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' last deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try.
Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again.
What?
Pew, pew.
I shot them off with my laser beams.
Pew, pew, pew.
You've done it again. I got laser eye surgery. I didn't read the fine print, though.
Oh my god. Your handcuffs are gone!
Where did they go?
There, up my butt. Fear not, I shall see them restored after our work is done.
I've been sounding recently. I really
Oh,
wish
God.
you'd leave them. I really wish you'd leave them off.
That's worse than putting them up your butt.
I know. I'm sorry. I had the thought, and I was like, should I make this joke? But then I was like, I don't know. It's pretty funny.
Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present Logic and Reasoning Spectacular!
Yay! Course
This
correction.
time,
Hold it,
this
Mr.
time
Sholmes.
with this guy.
Featuring Naruto. Alright. Let's figure out what exactly went wrong. Brrr. She does have a pained expression on her face.
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Cosmosama's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
Not as much as me, though! But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly. Is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression, then?
Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
Okay. Oh. A snake? Claw scratch!
Snakes don't have claws.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain.
Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh.
Miss
So
Pavlova.
there is a chicken.
There is a chicken. It has 3 toes. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? Ah! When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. My heart is in my hand.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night?
Alright.
Why, naturally, it was your friend!
It was your snake! Wait a minute!
Hold on.
It seems likely that that scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers. Doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. I don't even have the hands on feet where the claws might grow.
Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers?
We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer. What's she looking at?
Photograph frame.
It's a kitty!
Ah! Look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away.
She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yes, that's true. But personally, I prefer men. It's the,
Yes!
it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe better take a closer look at this. Little kitty. Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova's cuddling here.
Oh, what a cute little kitten. It could be with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san? For the... Oh, okay. Hold on. It's really pixelated, so I have no idea what that line says.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I think I have it on Discord as this weird thing.
Yeah, it's the highest that it can go. It's just like internet shit. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san? For the blackest outfit.
Okay, hold on. I need to press the button now. A
You
black
emo
kitten.
bitch.
And from the look of this picture, don't be mean to me. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. There was a cat.
So cute.
That's why.
So
I
why is there
these.
snake?
Yeah, that's true. Why the fuck is this there? Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us.
Yes, The scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh no. Whiskers. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Ah! The Ellipsy. Darka
Ellipse.
is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Darker would appear to be a Russian blue. That's not what Russian blues look like. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary.
I mean, it's a black and white image.
Yeah, but it's a black cat, isn't it?
Maybe? I don't know.
Russian blues are more gray and blue.
Yeah, I guess they would be kind of blue.
What explanation can we give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
Not like me, that had nothing to do with any of this! Fuck!
Did you see that?
No.
She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have ever known.
Oh, yes. Ploys like that are Mr. Shoyun's specialty. He's ever so cleverly lulled her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was a specialty. Or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Wait, hold on. Oh, there's a little thingy. Well, it is speckled, and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like a handle at one end.
I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently.
How is that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. You know, like, nya.
You know, like, nya.
Nya. Kittens are in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them and they pounce to catch it.
That sounds positively adorable. Anyway, let's solve the murder of my dead lover. Cat's toy. Yes, the thing you are trying, but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy.
Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim would not fail to notice it.
But why? For what reason?
My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return.
Ah.
In summary, the nature of this friend, Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova.
Oh, you will? That was not a question. You will forgive
Wow.
us.
Yeah. Give us the picture.
It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Penny the platypus, look at my ventilator! Darka, she is so naughty. So I just had an idea. I think this episode should just go until the end of the case.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, because we're close. And I don't want to have an episode that's like 3 minutes and we end the case.
Yeah. Moving on, we came to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim.
Oh, okay. We know this.
How did this young man lose his life? According to the doctor, blah 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 blah. What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There were no signs of a
Hi guys. Sky's laptop just ate shit and died. So
okay. Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
oh fuck, we end up. Dude, I got thrown off with the laptop dying. Is it the post-mortem report? Because it's like, hey, he wasn't like.
Yeah. It is because.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not explained by the snake. It's explained by the.
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report.
Oh yes, I knew it was one or the other.
His neck was.
Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only the Goliath would be strong enough to survive that, just like this guy.
Seaman Stroganov isn't some immortal freak, you know.
Yes, he is. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact,
Ooh.
we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no! Could there be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively.
Cosmo died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something. Or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow. Although if he did, that would be really funny.
I suppose it's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly.
He just fell on the stairs.
It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh, yes. A bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? Is it the shoe mark?
Yes, because he fell.
I keep pressing the log button. Because he, skidded. He skidded on the floor. Okay, yeah. Yeah, baby! Yes! An examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively.
This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course.
My
tongue! Yes! Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish.
Whoa, that was
That's such a cool transition. Yeah.
And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asagi's laced leather shoes.
Try saying
Looking
that
at this mark, laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asagi must have caught his foot at that point in the floor and tripped. Please, no.
And, by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant he lost his life.
No!
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? The spotlight's yours. What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asagi lost his life?
Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid evidence that links you to the victim's death and that thing. I don't believe it. Cosmo-sama's entirely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But
And if this part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Is it the fucking rubbish bin?
This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first cabins have them.
But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably, there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh? What's that?
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
It looks familiar. Perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
The Benadryl's kicking my ass. That's right! You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket.
Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact.
Precisely! We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Osagi's cabin. And, as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no.
Okay, so, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin?
I love screaming!
You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
I don't...
I don't know. In that hush Russian accent of yours, won't you save it this time, dear girl? Why?
You don't have to be a dick about it.
Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes.
The picture!
The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be...
The picture!
the photograph. If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see a cute cat. You can see, hanging from Darko's collar, the very glass bell in question.
The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall.
Inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble. Sholmes, we're moving on.
Inauspicious. Your absent feline
Your
friend,
absent feline
Darka.
friend, Darka.
That was better than last time.
That was better than last time. Sholmes, nice job. I love ellipses. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. Oh, she fucking killed him.
That still leaves.
Death by
That's-
tripping over a cat.
That still leaves a lot of questions, though.
Deduction complete. Nope, we're over it. No more questions,
Alright.
class. I changed my mind. Do we want to do a next time on Shuttle Junk?
I
'Cause
think
I
we
think there's,
should,
like,
because
about-
there's probably gonna
Yeah.
be some like wrapping up things, until we
Yeah.
move on to like the next stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. See you guys tomorrow.
Next time.